Firstly, you will notice the Mazda 2 is slightly smaller than some of its competitors, yet it still retains the classic Mazda look, with contours trailing down its flanks and a daunting front end that seems to stare you out. The Mazda 2 is yet another Mazda model that at times can be written off and forgotten about, and with cars such as the Vauxhall Corsa and the very impressive Peugeot 208 on offer, it's kind of understandable as to why that may happen. But before we do forget completely about this very good looking car, let's get in and give it a bit of a test. The interior of the car is very well built, designed and laid out. It's very easy to navigate your way through this car. Everything is very simplistic. And the other thing that's worth highlighting is the position of the gear shifter. It's very comfortable and it makes long drives quite easy. Although this car is a little bit smaller than some of its competitors, it doesn't feel it at all inside. I'm quite tall and I've got plenty of headroom, and it's quite a comfortable seating position, which is only enhanced by this very flexible seating system, which you should have no problem whatsoever getting comfortable. Its dashboard's plastics are a little hard, but you'd expect that from a car of this size. Let's be honest, it's going to get a little bit of a battering and quite a few miles on the clock, especially in the long run. With a car this size, practicality isn't expected to be great, but all things considered, it isn't too bad. There's also plenty of different storage spaces around the cabin, my favourite of which has got to be this magazine type rack that you can slide things in on the dashboard, such as scripts, and you don't lose them. There's also plenty of cup holders and other storage compartments around the cabin that will fill most of your day-to-day needs. Although equipment can be quite sparse on some lower models in the Mazda 2, that's not to say we don't get our all-important essential MP3 connectivity, which sits right next to our 12-volt connector, which is all very useful. So if you are looking for the Mazda 2 to be a perfect family car, let's have a little look at how the kids would get on in the back. So even in an oversized snow coat, it's a pretty comfortable place to be in the back of the Mazda 2, and if you're looking to sit 3 kids, you shouldn't have any problems whatsoever. But if you're looking for 3 fully grown men in 3 fully sized snow coats, then it may be a little bit of a squash, but a very surprising and practical place to be in the back of the Mazda 2. Let's see how we get on in the boot. One thing I never get bored of on the new Mazdas is this rather funky touch sensitive button that acts as the boot release, and when it's open it reveals nearly 300 litres of boot space, which can be extended to nearly 800 litres with the rear seats folded flat. But the seats don't fold completely flat, and there is a little bit of a lip when they're folded down, which can make things a little bit difficult when trying to load large objects. As this is a Mazda, you can instantly feel the sporty vibe when you're driving, and it grips the road with ease and can handle corners really well. Although you do feel the bumps in the road, the overall ride is pretty good, and you can definitely tell that Mazda's zoom philosophy is present in this vehicle. It's quite a fun car to drive and quite go-kart-esque when you're out on the road having a little bit of fun. As with most super minis, people will tend to go for the smallest engine available, which is the 1.3 litre petrol unit, offered in both 74 brake horsepower and 83 brake horsepower variants. However, the greenest engine in the range is the 1.6 litre diesel. The quickest off the mark is the 1.5 litre petrol variant, which can reach 0 to 62 miles an hour in just 10.7 seconds. The Mazda 2 is also likely to hold its value well, as the Mazda brand is renowned for being reliable, and the fact it's a super mini means that it has a good chance of standing the test of time. Prices for the Mazda 2 start from £10,495. Although it isn't the most lavish car and there's less space than some of the competitors, the Mazda 2 is great fun to drive and cheap to own. So for a super mini with a little bit of a difference, the Mazda 2 isn't a bad choice. In our Motor Talk rating, the overall score for the Mazda 2 is 4 out of 5 stars.